You know, so this could be a bunch of random stuff again. The thing sprayed or whatever. I think it was some sort of spray or something, the stuff that was all over my car, right? And then yesterday I got, it was weird. It was like I was just felt so weak. Like I couldn't get up. I was just like so drained. And if I tried to get up and do something, I would just get super, super nauseous. I swear to God, I think it's fucking poison. I mean, where does this stuff come from where you're just fine and dandy and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh my God, I can't move. And especially just coincidentally right after they sprayed. And then another thing that I keep noticing that I never had before is when I'm getting up in the morning now, my hair's like frizzy. It's like total frizz. It's like, what's going on? Are they like electrically shocking my hair all night? Like it's weird. I've never had it be like that. So I don't know. I'm just paying attention to all this weird stuff, which, there's so many people who don't pay any attention to anything. And my friend in Australia, so they're having Katrina right now. Not from hurricanes, but for these torrential rains. I feel like there's a hair going across my face or something. Torrential rains. And so it's total floods and bad floods like Katrina, where people are stranded and stuff. And and there's lots of people. Oh, but if you haven't, you're not allowed to help. Really? So people can die because, yeah. But people accept that kind of stuff. They're like, oh, okay, well, it's probably to keep us safe while we work. Really? Really? So then they were caught, like the army, the military's there to help. They're helping. Now people are catching them just doing photo ops. She sent me a thing of somebody else had got and posted on Facebook or something. But she said she's seen it. Like but they are going out and they are, oh, here's some rubble. Here, I'm going to pick up this rock. Get a picture, dude. Get a picture. Just going around posing. Like they're not doing shit. They're not helping. And yet, if you're not, can't help. So, what the hell? That's something right there. Oh, my throat. Hold on. Oh. That's something right there. This should, spark a little, that's weird. But no, all the conversations she keeps having, just denial, just like what I was talking about yesterday. I swear to God, all they hear is wah, 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 until something penetrates. And obviously it's got to be fucking big. I mean, some of this stuff is so outrageous and they just, no. That makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. And I think that I've been thinking about this. What am I supposed to be getting from all this? Like, I like I said, trust and faith, but I really think a big thing I'm supposed to be working on is compassion. Compassion for ignorance. Like they can't see what they can't see. They don't know because they don't know. They won't let things in. And it's it's like a vault. It's like their brain is a vault, and the cabal has come in and wrapped it all up tight. So you can't get in and you can't get out. It's like, oh my God. So stuff's gonna have to keep getting worse and worse and worse, because this whole thing is to wake people up. And I know we're still headed for something really huge. We haven't got to the huge thing, even though I keep seeing people say, this is it, one of the things too is, so I guess Putin, he's told the mainstream media, say another fucking lie and you're going to find out what happens, because you're going to get, it's going to court. And I mean, we saw Trump, make those threats to them, and we probably have stuff wrapped up in court. But the whole thing is this stuff shifts as the government goes down. They're taking their judicial with them because it's just the same as them, bunch of motherfuckers. So whatever it was, they've stopped reporting. Now I was thinking, okay, so all these people who I'm not watching the news anymore. Fuck the news, they're liars. And then all of a sudden, this stuff happens and they're like, oh my God, have you seen what's going on in the Ukraine? Oh my God, oh my God. It's the end. This is it. This is it. Everybody's dying. They're dying. They're killing. Which, by the way, this gets me. I haven't been over there. So, but I know that it's, I'm pretty sure that they are in the same century as us. But all of the footage that they always show these like, what are those people called? Like they're barishka. I can't think of what they're called, but they always have these little old ladies with their long clothes and their little scarves. Like, that is so fucking stereotype. What do they hear? Here's your costume. Come out. We got to show everybody how y'all are struggling. It's like, it's fucking everything on the TV is a goddamn special effects. It's just movie magic. Movie magic to fuck with your head. So the fucking, they keep showing these people like they're fucking 15th century peasants. And now all of a sudden, if the news isn't going to show anything, like, what is going to happen with these people's brains? Like, are they going to be like, oh, I guess it's over. No big deal. Like, I'm really curious because I don't go in and watch the news. Oh, I should go in and look and see what are the news headlines. But that's pretty funny because, the people who are on our side are constantly being attacked by the media because the media is not on our side. And they want to shut down anyone who is on our side. And they're just relentless. And, but something's going to give. I mean, something big is going to give. I don't know, what it is. Who knows? Are the arcs going to come up and, they're going to start attacking them? Or are they going to turn on? I think the 5G things, you would think they're already on, but, I still have shitty service. It's supposed to be so miraculous, right? Supposed to have great service. No, I don't have good service. So I don't know if those are even on yet. So are they going to turn those on all of a sudden one day? And it's going to be like what the conspiracy theorists said, with in the magnetic inside, and they turn that on and it's just, all these people going to drop. They've got so much stuff on the table right now. It's like a giant table of options. It's like, well, what are they going to do to us next? I mean, they're constantly the weather, the poisons, and this is another thing too, because I've been saying this stuff to people for a pretty long time. I mean, I have no concept of time, so I know I've said it a lot, and I know I've been shot down a lot. I know the conversation don't really go anywhere. It's more like, oh, really? Really? Okay, crazy lady. So I was talking to my friend too in Australia, and she's like, oh my God, dude. You know what you've been telling me? I believed you. I thought you were telling me the truth. I just, I wasn't really quite sure. I wasn't sure, but now I've seen the footage, and so now I know. And so there's footage now going around where now people are seeing like, oh, they're putting poison in our food. And there's what was it? It was a place that they're making bread. Oh, they're making bread. And so they show there's somebody in the thing, undercover probably, I guess, getting this footage. And the person who's pouring in these big jugs into these giant vats is in a hazmat suit. Can't get the chemical on him, but we can eat it. Yeah, this is fucking mental. But that's what people got to see. I mean, there's a reason why we're all so sick and beat down, and, our bodies are fucking ragged. People are overweight, sick, and dying way before their time. Well, I'm not going to say before their time because we all have an exact time. There's no, like, change in that stuff. Like I've said a million times, it's all fate and destiny. You have a set. You have the born date, a death date. It's all set. There's nothing you can do about it. It's all set in stone from the moment you exist. So but whatever, however, your time can be healthy or can be, ragged. And so many, like I saw a commercial, I think I already had mentioned the commercial. I just put all the oils on my face. About the two big, huge people sitting in there in a Sonic commercial. And my friend was telling me about this one. She's like, oh my God, so disgusting. Has these two big, huge, fat people sitting in a car with these giant hamburgers, talking about all the bacon and cheese and stuff on them, and eating them. This is a Sonic commercial. Like, and they're just laughing and having a great old time. So accept the fact that you're just really overweight. Enjoy your double mac cheese burger supreme, whatever. And then the one I saw was it's for a new bed, because a bed that can take 250 pounds, which is, why would a bed only be able to take 250 pounds? I mean, if a bed has got more than one person sleeping on it, don't you think a bed most likely would have, like, I don't know, 500 pounds, like, you could put on it before it crushes it? Like, I don't know. It's not something I really think about, because, I don't have that problem. But so this commercial is for people who do have that problem. And I don't know how much these people weighed on this commercial, showing all these really big people. One of the people was like showing different couples. Of course, they had to have the two big giant men who are a couple, getting on the bed, frolicking. And then this tiny woman and this giant man. And I'm sure they put a tiny woman to make the man look more giant. He's probably not even that fucking big. It's all fucking fuck with us. And, they've got a frolic. And then, another big one, he's just got to go on his own frolic. So they just have all this frolicking on the bed. And because this new bed is made for extremely big people. And, when I was working at the hospital, I know I've talked about this a bunch of times, because it was very, it really was like, I never had seen anything like this. I'd never seen, like a 600-pound person in person. I've seen a lot of them now. A whole lot of them. I've put catheters in them. You think it's fucking easy? So there's, a lot of these people. I mean, we would have to have these special beds brought in. And I talked about that one time when that one came into the ER and I had her as my patient. And, she has to be carried through the whole crowded ER. Because I remember them going through the whole thing. Because when you come in, you got to go through that whole thing. So think about this, how humiliating this would be. They come put her on a stretcher, and it took most people come in on a stretcher, two guys. There's a guy on each side, and they come in and they're spouting out report, oh, blah, 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 blah. And so this one's coming in, and it's like 8 guys carrying her just on a blanket, which, I mean, does this blanket have a weight thing? Now beds have to, for, normal beds in our home. So this blanket, why didn't it just rip and shred? So they're carrying her in, and, all these people walking through the thing to get her back to this back room where I'm at. And, they'd already cleared the room out. So the room is empty, except for her on the floor in this big, on a blanket. And she was really, really big. She couldn't move. She'd gotten to that point, and she wasn't feeding herself. It was her skinny husband was feeding her. And, that's where you see, people have weird, toxic relationships. So, then at the hospital, all the time when these big people would come in, they'd have to special order these beds and have them brought in from, the warehouse or whatever. They don't just have them out around in the hospital. And they'd bring in, they probably have them now. I mean, it started becoming so many people. It started becoming, an administrative issue, because so many humongous people were coming in. But, she had to lay on the floor and wait. She was laying on the floor my whole shift, and until bed came. And she couldn't move or anything, I talked about before. It just looked like this huge mound of flesh laying there with just this eyeball kept looking at me and just kept reminding me of a whale. And I kept thinking, that's where people get that idea of somebody being a whale, is because it looks like, she's lost her human form, She's just a giant mound of flesh. She can't take care of herself. And it's super sad, Why would somebody let themselves get that way? Well, it's because they don't love themselves. And And they think they get what they deserve. And you do get what you deserve until you say, hey, I deserve better. And so anyways, them now they're making these special beds. Like, let's not work on our health. Let's not work on trying to work on, getting healthy and taking care of ourselves and losing weight. No, let's just accept the fact that we're just going to get fatter, fatter, fatter until we all become just giant mound of flesh laying on the ground. But they'll just put our little things on, our little goggles, so we can live in our little virtual world. Oh yes, we'll just live in our virtual world. It's like, if you get to the point where you start having problems walking, like most people start having problems with their knees when they start gaining a lot of weight like that. As soon as you get to any kind of issue, your body is telling you, stop, stop, stop. Go the other direction. This is not working for us. But people just, keep going because their brains are trapped in this matrix of lies. So, they'll just continue this same toxic behaviors and, let's not fix it. Let's just enjoy our giant Mac burger with pickles and onions, and let's just go order a ginormous bed and, frolic. It's like, oh, look, you can have, just like the same thing when they just have those women ask about Navarra. It's like, they don't even try anymore to act like that we have a brain in our head. And that's what I think is so kind of sad or embarrassing, is like, because so many people are still caught in that. It's like, why can't you see how stupid they're treating you? Why aren't you noticing that these people are trying to kill you? And it's, this has spidey sense. They just don't have that internal. And I know that has to do with how they've systematically cut people off from their soul. When you can sit there and tell people that, climate change, really. So, God is failing us once again. He fails us. He puts us in the wrong bodies sometimes. He can't control the fucking weather or the planet or anything. It's because we use too much hairspray. We drive a gas guzzling car that, Mother Earth is out to get us. God has no mercy on us anymore. He doesn't give a shit. It's like, you lying motherfuckers, is you. But they get people to believe that and cut them off from their soul. Like, God's not here for you. The government is, though. We're here for you. Just give us your money. It's like the government's the new religion. Just send us your money. They just switch it around. It's all money laundering. That's all they fucking do. Is just take from us. That's why things are so out of balance. And it's why things have to go back into balance, because it's so far out of balance. And when it starts to go back into balance, it's going to swing back the other direction. The momentum is going to come back. And it's going to be a big shift. And, it's definitely coming. If you understand about energy and cycles and stuff like that. And then I think most people can feel, like most people know something's coming. Most people feel like something's coming, something big's coming. And some people are scared of it, really, really fearful. And then others are, I don't know really what everybody is. I have no idea, because so many people I know are just, oblivious and scared. They just live in fear. Like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? I'll tell you what's going to happen next. The government's going to try and fucking kill you. That's what's going to happen next. That's what's going to happen every day. Every day you get up. That's what they're going to do until they kill 15 out of 16 people. That's their number one goal in life. Not because of there's not enough resources. No, it's because they want fucking control. And we're out of control. They don't want us to wake up and see, like, they want to just keep on going down to idiocracy, because people play along. They play along. But that's what's inside of them. Bias, judgment, that's inside of people. You can't, and that's why it's coming to the surface. It's this opportunity to purge it, so you can see, like, oh my God, I was this fucking stupid. Oh my God, I've got biases that made me cut myself off from information. So you jail yourself in. I keep saying this and saying it. People put themselves in their own parameters to please others. Like, oh, are you going to be happy with me? Will you be pleased with me? Will you like me? Fucking strangers. It's so important that a goddamn stranger likes me. If I walk by and I've got this on, then they're like, and, or they're just like, oh my God, stupid ass, you know? But the people who, they think that those people are just, you know, the vicious ones. It's the people who are like, they're the ones who they want approval from, because they all think they are the virtuous, you know, they really care about people. Not the people who are saying, hey, they're trying to murder you, please take that off, please do this, please. They aren't the ones who care about you. No, it's the government. You know, the ones who say, hey, you can stand on your roof and starve to death because, you know, we don't have enough of people who have had these to help, and we can't let those other people. Like if I was on my roof and I was stuck and I didn't have food or water, well, I guess you got, you know, rain, water with, I don't know, there's just sharks coming up. Like, they've got big shark problems there. That'd be creepy. I wouldn't jump down in water and swim my way through. There's no telling what's in there. I know in the ones when it was in New Orleans and they had alligators. So, yeah, there's probably great whites swimming through the city streets. But, yeah, if I was on top of my roof, you know, waiting for someone to rescue me, I don't give a fuck if they had this or didn't have this. It's like, oh, I just want some supper. I'm good. I don't understand how these, how it makes sense to people. Yeah, they're trying to save us while they're killing us. I don't know. But yesterday, so some commercial came on for this show. It's not a new show, though. It's an old show, but I think Hulu is just now putting it on or something. I don't know, because it had the little thing where it said next episode will be, you know, I don't know, a week from now or something. And maybe it was for tomorrow. I didn't even read it. Most of the things, like, people keep sending me things to read, but I can't, my eyes are too fucked. I can't read. Even with my glasses, if I put on my glasses, everything is double. I still can't see with my glasses. It's real blurry and it's weird. My eyes are just, till we get those fucking med beds, which, you know, I said, I just keep hearing all different people talking. Like, I think we're getting close to the med beds, which I think when the people, I mean, they're going to have to pull them out once people know. And there's already so much coming out about the PF. You know, they had to release their real stuff, I guess. And so, you know, it's not like these people are going to go in and look, but there's going to, for the people who say are talking to someone, like when I was having that conversation with my daughter yesterday or the day before about the thing, and she was like, well, nobody's got any problems. I know, and everybody is. And, you know, I was trying to have that conversation, and I told my mom, and I was like, oh my God, this is so frustrating. And so she sent me a whole thing from that place, and it could have been that I didn't go in and read it, but she, it was a whole thing from the PF, and so that, and that kind of thing, like, for the people who know, this just gives them another evidence to show when somebody's like, oh no. But, you know, like, I sent it to somebody that I can't force them to read it. They need to stay in that state of oblivion to feel safe and secure. They're not ready to come out of their cocoon. They need to stay safe, you know, and as far as they're concerned, the government is there to give them that safety. And, but the information is coming more and more out. So it's, no matter if they're not going to go in and read it, it's not going away. And when they do start, you know, starts penetrating, they're going to freak the fuck out. I mean, mass amount of people are going to freak the fuck out. So they're going to have to be bringing those out quickly, I think. But, you know, back to the show thing. So yesterday, you know, I was feeling like shit. And today I'm going to work on the wood because the neighbor was out cutting all the wood. So I'm going to get my cord and put it in the little storage thing today. So I'm going to work hard today. But yesterday I didn't do shit. I kept laying on the couch or sitting in the chair, which, you know what I've noticed about a recliner too? Because it's really high back. I feel like it catches my hair and pulls my hair all the time. And then I don't know, they kind of bulge out right there and it hits my neck weird. I don't know. It's like, I am the princess and the pea. The most stupid shit can make me uncomfortable. So I was laying on the couch and stuff. And I just felt like, oh my God, I'm just dead. I can't even fucking move. And poison, I just know it's poison. And so, I'm looking for something to watch and everything's like, oh my God, do they ever stop? Like my friend yesterday too, she was like, oh, I'm so upset that Hugh Jackman now, he's coming out in support of Gator Boy. And no, I didn't want him to be deep state. It's like, we have no way to know until more is shown to us who all of the celebrities really are, and how many of them were really just, kind of held against their will. Kind of like if you think about the traffic and how people are taken, and then but there's always that decoy, like, oh yeah, come with me, it's safe. Like when I was talking about the serial killers and how they get the girl to go with them because that makes them feel safe when people come in. So it kind of seems a little bit like that kind of idea, but I think that some celebrities are doing it because they want to, and some are doing it because they're forced and don't know how to get out. And that is kind of like where we will see. And one of the things too is, the big box office, they really, that's like their promotion thing, They're they're going to put a lot of money into this because it's got a lot of programming in it. So, and the people who go into them, like, I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine every single one is a player. Some have got to be, they're not against their will because they want to make money and be famous and all that stuff. But, like against, like they're not going to participate in the same way as the others. So when, like for Hugh, like who knows? Is he, did he attend the parties? Was he at the Thanksgiving dinner with Gator Boy? Like, was he over at the islands hanging, or was he forced to say that because if you're going to be in your next movie, we need you to go out and say this. That's what you don't know, because people are, they're willing to do certain things. Like people are willing to take these in order to have a job. They're willing to, all you got to do is say this, and yeah, you're going to get $10 million for your next movie. So it's really hard to know everybody's real role until the truth really rolls out, because we've got so much truth that's hidden from us. But that's what's coming to the surface, is the truth. It's like the truth is like the arc. It's like underneath all of the disgusting stuff that's, vibrating up and coming to the surface. That's why so much, evil is coming to the surface. So much lies, deception. It's all coming to the surface. And underneath is the truth. Underneath all of the dirt is the arc. So it's all, micro, macro. It's all representative. So, as it's the truth is coming up underneath all of the lies. So the lies are going to be exposed as lies so we can see the truth. So that's all, it's still in the process. And there still is going to be, a dramatic moment. But so when I was laying there trying to find a show to watch, I, and this came on about this commercial. I was like, oh, go watch this. And it's called, let me think what it's called. It's about comedians. I'm dying up here. And it is about, it's one of those shows, like waiting, where it shows like the restaurant and everybody working there and what goes on in their lives. Or, what's that other one that's really popular? Superstore. My kids love that show, Superstore, and it's about this group of people who work at a place like Walmart, and it's about all their lives and stuff. So this is about stand-up comedians, and it's kind of like that same thing. It mostly is about them at work, and their relationships and stuff, and the competitiveness and all of that kind of thing. And then plus the stress of like, oh my God, if I used to think like, oh, I when I was a kid, I could be a stand-up comedian. But when I'm watching them and, those times when nobody's laughing, it's like, oh my God, I would have probably just melted onto the ground and started crying. I couldn't have handled it at all. And so, but that's the stress in that one. You're not watching people get their heads cut off and shit. So, it's good. I really like it. I'm enjoying it. I'm on, I think, episode 3. But there was another weird thing about it, though, that I thought was really weird. So yesterday, I haven't been talking in a while, but I'll just wrap it up with this. So yesterday I was, I've been talking about Fresh. And yesterday I get a message first thing in the morning. Oh, I saw Fresh. It's so good. You got to see this new movie, whatever. And then my friend is like, oh man, everybody's like, oh, Fresh is so good. Fresh is so good. So the make a fun, lively cannibalism movie. Okay, let's have some good music. Let's make it, fun and exciting as we are. So I asked my daughter, I said, well, I don't really want to go in and watch that because cannibalism disturbs me. So, but were they saying like, were they sensationalizing it, or were they showing like it's bad? Like, showing, what is that thing called, like curry or carry or something like that? Like when you eat that kind of stuff, that eventually that does something and the people become like real shaky, like it does neurological damage. They showed that in that one movie, I think The Book of Eli with Denzel Washington, when that was the only food left on the planet was each other. So you would get into certain places where people would, it was dangerous to go because you were supper as you drove by. But he goes to a place on his travels where all of those people, he's in a little house and all the people are all, that's how you can tell the ones who would eat people was because they get this weird like jittery kind of thing. And then I had seen recently, so I saw that a long time ago, and then more recently, like last year sometime, I had seen like Angela Merkel. She's standing out there and she's doing the same damn thing. I saw Hillary doing the same damn thing. So, and who knows how many of them? I mean, maybe all the Rockefellers sit around just like, oh, whoa. And that's probably why they fucking are constantly harvest all of us, because they have to have the new blood, the new parts and all that stuff. So the vampires have to, they have to survive. So, anyways, she was like, I don't know. So I asked a few more questions. So I think I planted some seeds because I find it disturbing as fuck. And, but that's what they want. They want everybody to be like, oh, cool. Yeah, cool. Oh, what was the little girl movie that they made about porn shots? Well, can't think of what it was, but I just saw another movie that was kept showing it, only it was about something else. It was totally about something else, but they kept showing how the person kept getting these disturbing shots like that and making it a reference about these disturbing shots that they were trying to get. And that is exactly what they did in that, what was it called? Cuties. That's what they, it was all of how they did their shots. These little girls are playing, but let's look at their butts while they play. Okay, there's nothing weird in that. Let's invite someone over for dinner. Let's drug them and then grind them up in our meat grinder, and they are dinner. Oh, there's nothing weird about that. So, I don't know if that's what they do in the show, but the other weird thing is, so, the Tommy and Pam, already when that came out, it hasn't been showing all of this dick stuff in the other episodes. Now it's way more of like, how fucked Pam got and all of this, and how fucked our system is and how, shitty people are to each other. And so, but in the very beginning, it was like, oh my God, how much fucking I mean, we just accept this stuff. And, it should be G-rated on TV, but, it's definitely NC-17. So they have, and it's that guy. And I had never seen him before. I didn't know who he was. And I had told somebody else, and they're like, oh, yeah, he's from the Marvel movies. Well, I already know what they do when they put these freaking superhero movies. That's their new special toy, who they're going to promote. So then in that one, in Pam and Tommy, then, just coincidentally, Hulu's next big old, promoted movie, Fresh, same guy. Weird. So then the show, the Hulu, what's it called? Dying Up Here. So then that one, same fucking guy. Is there any other actors out there? Like, who knows? I mean, I think when they give you, like, we're going to do the 3-movie deal or something like that, it's like, but you need to do this or whatever. And that's why they have, like, their management, like, I think it's CAA or CCA or something, is the big management, deep state cabal management for Hollywood or something. So they're going to direct people into, how they want to, how they can profit off of them and direct them. Oh, yeah, you need to do this or that. I don't really know how it all works, but Alyssa Milano is married to one of those. She was married to 2 of them. I guess she was married to one, and then she divorced one and married another one or something from that place. So, yeah, you wouldn't listen to a goddamn thing Alyssa Milano said. Like, fuck, no. She is, she's just a talking head. She's just like, what should I say now? She just looks like a goddamn moron all the time. I can't, and I used to like her, and I can't even stand to, I turned on a movie yesterday, and, she was in it, and I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. I can't stand to see Nicole Kidman. There's a bunch of people now I used to like that is like, ugh, makes me gag. But, I don't know. There's so much weird stuff, and that's why I have such a problem with finding something to watch, because I notice too much bullshit. And it fucking is, it's not entertainment. It's just there for programming. And if you don't see through the illusion, then you're just being programmed. So you can either see through it and be irritated and annoyed and try and find something to watch, or you can just participate and pretend like everything is fine. This is entertainment. And it just gets more and more ridiculous. I mean, I can't even believe the stuff that they put on TV now. I mean, there's no fucking way. When I watch these old black and white movies and stuff, the blood, the guts, all of this stuff is so freaking fake looking. The scenes, like if somebody's going to be killed or something, it's like, if you've never seen Psycho, it's just like show the hand coming up and then show the body on the ground. That's like, but oh no, not in the movies now. Now it's just to terrorize us. Now they're going to show you details. I mean, you want to see someone skinned alive? We're going to show you. You want to see someone be beheaded slowly? We're going to show you. They're going to show us everything to just, and people don't realize how much it fucks with them. They just think, oh, it's just a movie. No, it's gone into your fucking psyche now. And they are fucking with your consciousness. They're messing with how you see the world, what you're willing to accept. And have got such a disgusting agenda that they want you to accept. And, they're just going at it hard, extremely hard. But everything they're doing is, if you're paying attention, because I would say everything they're doing is exposing the truth of who they are, because they're so ridiculous. But it is, not everybody sees it, so I can't say that. That's just my reality. It's not everyone's reality. I don't even know everyone's reality. I could not even possibly begin to understand how everyone else perceives this world and how it is. I try and figure it out, like why they can't see things, why they can't understand things. And, my solution or my idea or opinion is they're cut off from their soul, and their brains are just encapsulated into a space that they don't know how to get out of. And it is all lies and manipulation. But it's inside of them to want to be, what is that word? Accepted by others. Because that, down to our core, if you don't love yourself, you're looking outside of yourself for someone to show you who you are, to help you feel better about yourself and stuff. So we're giving our power away, and they're taking it and, destroying people's brains, destroying people's mental health. I swear to God, I can't even tell you. If you go on TikTok, and I don't think I have, everybody, I guess, has some For You page, but the more you go in and like stuff, the more it narrows your page down. But I've never liked any of this stuff, and I get it nonstop of the attention deficit. Those people talking about that, and neurodivergent, depression, anxiety. Like, that's all people focus on in themselves. And but I have seen a lot of people who have been extremely overweight, like 350 pounds, and have lost weight over like 8 months, all by themselves, just by taking care of themselves. And, there's a lot of that. So that's really good, where people are starting to see, hey, the person who's going to help me is me. I'm the one who's got to do this. Nobody else is going to do it. And I can't, it's just so out of balance when people start thinking that they need like 3 meals, big meals, and, snacks in between to survive. No, you don't. That is quite clear. If you have that and you're overfilling the tank, you're going to need the big bed and someone to frolic with. So, I don't know. This is all just a twist of the mind, and everybody's got to untwist theirs. And it's all going to happen for each person, independently, because it's their own soul's journey. I'm just going to keep on trying to talk some logic and get people to see another perspective, because life isn't just what you think. It's not just this narrow little, your view through the scope of the lens that they give you. The ones that they begin to color your lens from the moment you're born, because they've already colored your parents. They've already colored everybody else's, so they're going to start coloring yours. And then the weird thing is how they want to make everybody's a different color. So each generation, it's like, I see this. Well, I see this. Well, I see this. Well, I see this. Nobody can agree on what they see. So anyways, that's just life on the planet until things change. But I really think that it's close to change. I really think that we are in the process of change, and everything is going to be moving in other directions soon. So we just got to, but think about, like, for me, I just got to keep thinking, okay, trust, faith, and compassion. So just work on you. Talk to you later. Bye.